the video. So I just want to say, just in case you need to look back at this, so the first function prime times the bottom minus the first times the bottom prime over the squared, the denominator squared, and I simplified after combining like terms, and I changed this into this for convenience in differentiating. Or you can use that if that's what you want. So 14 is outside, but I bring down -2, so -28. So 2x plus 3 raised to -3, subtract 1 from the power, and I have to multiply by the inner function prime, which is 2. So this becomes now a -56 over 2x plus 3 to the third power. And in this function, they're asking us to plug in 2. So the second derivative at 2, I don't like writing y prime or y double prime of 2, I prefer this. It's -56 divided by, so 4 plus 3 is 7 to the third power. So my calculator. So what is, okay, so that is 343, and I cannot simplify in any way, shape, or form, so I will write it as -56 over 343. Very good problem. Hersh, are you with us? Just say, show me yes or no. Is this clear? Hersh, can you hear? Okay, he gave me a thumbs up. Okay, good. Next question, please. Anything else? Other problems? Anything?
I have one from 1.6.
Excellent. I'm ready. Please. I'm begging for anything here. Anything.
Differentiate g of x equals parentheses 4x squared plus 9 close parentheses, parentheses 8x plus the square root of x.
Is it like this?
Yes.
Do they have any powers here?
No.
No. Okay. In that case, I'm going to do whatever I want. So this is what I want. Copy the base and add the exponent when I distribute here, plus 72x plus 9 the square root of x. I don't want to use the product rule unless I have to. And I don't have to. 4x squared times x is 32x cubed. 4x squared times this, copy the base, add the exponents, exponent 2 and exponent 1/2. The square root means exponent 1/2. 9 times 8x, 72x, 9 the square root of x. I have to calculate this and I get 5/2. So again, for you I write it because just to make sure that we understand what we're doing. So then this is 32x to the third plus 4x to 5 over 2 plus 72x plus 9 the square root of x. Now I will differentiate. And this is 96x squared plus 4 multiplied by 5/2 multiplied by 5/2 minus 1. So 5/2 minus 1, I can write it on the side if you want. 5/2 minus 1 is 3/2. So x to 3/2 plus 72 plus 9 over 2 the square root of x. And I can simplify it a little bit as 96. I didn't mean to put this here. So I have 96x squared. I simplify by 2 and I have positive 10. I can write the square root. So x to 3/2 is the square root of x to the third, which can be rewritten like this. And then plus 72 and plus 9 over 2 the square root of x. So I can go back and explain how I got from here here. Let me go on to the next page. So x to 3 over 2, if you remember, this is the denominator is always the index, and the numerator is always the power. But since the index is smaller than the power, this can be rewritten as x squared times x. Assuming all variables are positive, then I will take the square root from x squared. Otherwise, I have to write the absolute value of x and the square root of x. So assuming everything is positive, then I will say that this is x, the square root of x. And that's what I wrote here. So that's always the case when the power is higher than the index. Very good question. Anything else? Other questions? Anyone? Yes, I'm ready.
I put one in the chat if my voice is not coming out clearly.
I think we can hear you better now.
You can now?
Yeah, I can see the chat. Very good. Awesome. So I have y equals 2x to the 6 minus 8x to the third. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? If I copy something. And we want d5y over dx5. Good. Is the function copied correctly?
Yeah.
2x to the 6 minus 8x cubed plus 4x. Okay, very good. So then y prime will be 12x to the 5th minus 24x squared plus 4. The second derivative will be 60x to the 4th minus 48x. The third derivative will be 240x to the third minus 48. The fourth derivative will be 2, 6, 7, 20x squared. And finally, the fifth will be 1440x. And this is the same with d5y over dx5. Good? I did not write a quiz for today. I was just hoping that you have tons of questions to go over. So there is no quiz for today.
Did you do h of x equals 7 over the square root of x plus 5?
Yes, of course. If you can give it to me again.
H of x equals 7 over the square root of x plus 5.
Very good. Awesome. I don't like this. I don't like this. Is this okay? Did I copy correctly?
Yeah.
Good. I don't like this. I will not use that. I will change the function into 7 times x plus 5 to negative 1/2. And now I will differentiate. And I get negative 7 over 2. X plus 5 to negative 1/2 minus 1, which is negative 3/2. Times the inner function prime that happens to be 1, so I don't have to write anything. I will rearrange as negative 7 over 2, and this is again the same power that we just had. Power 3 over 2, 3 over 2. So I will take one of them out as x plus 5 and the square root of x plus 5. Is this okay?
Yes.
Perfect. Do we understand how this changed into this product? Good. Next question. Anything else? Yes, I'm ready.
For the last one, are you getting rid of the negative 3/2 at the end? Because that's like the power, that's why you're changing the square root for the other one? Or
It was negative. We normally don't like negative exponents in the final answer. So this is one of the rules. A to negative n equals 1 over a to the nth power. Exponential rules. So if it has a negative exponent at the top, it goes to the denominator. If it has a negative exponent in the denominator, it goes to the top. But I'm not sure whether, was this the question?
yeah, I did.
Okay. Good. Next question. Anything else? Anything else? Anyone? So let's do this, name a topic, and I'll choose a problem then.
Can you do one more? For g of x equals x to the 4th over the 4 plus 5 over 9 x to the cube minus x squared plus 2x minus 1, and then it says to find g to the 6th power of x.
Like this?
Yeah.
Which means the 6th derivative. So this is the same thing with this. So this means the 6th derivative. It means also this. So d6g over dx6. So all these three mean the same thing. But is the power in parentheses? Because it has to be in parentheses.
Yeah, it's in parentheses.
Okay, perfect. So we are asked to find the 6th derivative. Very good.
Okay, so now I just got a little confused, so now I understand how to do it. It's the same as the last problem that I asked.
Right, but be careful with this one. So allow me to show this problem. So so first I would like to rearrange the function. And then I will start g prime. So this one is obviously 1/4 x to the 4th, that's the same thing. But this is 5 over 9 x to negative 3. And this is minus x squared plus 2x minus 1. So now the first derivative, 4, with 4 in front, so this is x to the 3rd. But this one is negative 15 divided by 9, x to negative 4. Of course, minus 2x plus 2. These will disappear eventually. This will stay forever in the problem, at different powers, of course. Okay, now the second derivative, I bring down 3, and I have x squared. Now I bring down 4. So I get positive 60 over 9. Oh, I should have simplified. Sorry, I want to simplify here before I write this. So I've simplified by 3, and I get 5 divided by 3. I want to use that. The smaller the number, the better. Okay? So I have 5/3. I'm just going to erase the whole thing, so I'm not going to wait for it to dry. So I'll continue further away. but you know what I mean. So this is positive 20 over 3, x to negative 5. This becomes negative 2. Now the third derivative will be 6x, and now it will be negative 100 over 3, x to negative 6, because I have to bring down negative 5 and I get negative 100. Now the fourth derivative will be 6 plus 600 over 3 x to negative 7, and that's the fourth. Now they want the sixth. Okay, so the fifth now will be negative 4200 over 3 x to negative 8. As you see, everything went away except that term. And the last one, which is the sixth derivative, we get positive 6 and 1, that's 33 over 3 x to negative 8. I will simplify and bring x to, I'm sorry, negative 9. So I brought down negative 8. I was just looking at that. I should have simplified before moving on, but I didn't. So, okay. So, I'm checking my numbers. 32, 33, that's correct. And x to negative 9, yes, I subtracted 1 from the power. So I'll clean it up, dividing. So it's 1, 1, 2, 0, 0 over x to the 9th. So at any point in time when you can, I couldn't simplify here, but I should have simplified at this stage. And always have it as simple as possible. I simplified it at the end, but I like to simplify in the middle. Every step, every chance I get, I like to simplify. Good, very good problem. So as you see, all the polynomial terms quickly went away, but this one stayed in there forever as expected. Good. Anything else?